Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm uploading the edited version of my video. It's such an accomplishment. I'm so proud of myself. Also, 100,000 subscribers. Oh my gosh, I am blown away. I hope I can keep you entertained and not wanting to unsubscribe the second you click on my video. I could have already done that though, and then you wouldn't be here. But anyway, in all seriousness, thank you guys so much. It's crazy to me that I have 100,000 subscribers. Like, it's just weird. Anyway, I'm very thankful though. So today I'm going to be reading subscriber scary stories. This is long overdue because I feel like I always say long overdue, but it's long overdue because at the end of April, I think it was, I actually asked everyone on Instagram. My Instagram is @TheLanaStuff, and I asked them to DM me their scary stories. So I have those screenshotted on my phone since then, and I haven't looked at them again. So I'm gonna be just as shocked as you are probably, or scared as you are by these stories. So also, before we begin, I want to thank you guys so much for always submitting your stories and taking the time to really write them out and give great detail. But I do want to say that the stories I look for are real ones. And I have seen people say, oh my gosh, I came up with this great story for you for your video. And while that's really nice, that's not exactly what I'm going for. I'm going for real scary stories from subscribers. So thank you guys for submitting them. If you want to hear some spooky stories, and if you want to see if your story got in here, just keep on watching. I was in my house alone. I was watching Netflix with my dog and I heard a doorbell at the door. So I went to the app. My family has an app that's connected to the doorbell because the doorbell has a camera and speakers, and I answered it. I said hello, no one answered. I tried looking at the camera at who was there, but there was no one at the door. A few minutes later, the same thing happened. The doorbell rings again, but no one's there. When I looked at the camera, it suddenly said something like it wasn't available and the light turned off by the front door. So when I was about 7 or 8, I used to have this huge Tickle Me Elmo doll, and I used to have a bunk bed. And then one day, I was watching TV when all of a sudden the door started shaking. It looked like someone was trying to open the door. And I was terrified, so I told my mom, but she just said it was the AC. But the thing is, the AC wasn't on. The AC was broken for about a month, and then I slowly walked to my bedroom door, and I remember my Elmo doll being on the top bunk. But then, when I opened the door, the Elmo doll was on the floor with my closet door open. Those Elmo dolls that like the Tickle Me whatever, they have always freaked me out so much. I don't know why, they're just like really weird and creepy. One day I was on vacation in my hotel room. My family went out to dinner while I stayed in the room. It was about 8:30. I heard the door to our connecting room shut. I thought that my parents left their balcony door open and the wind closed it. When I checked, it wasn't windy and the balcony door was closed. I then heard knocks on the door. I go to check who is there. No one is there. Then about 15 minutes later, I hear another knock. This is the time I run to the door. No one is there again. I check around the halls and still no one is there. At about 9:30, I asked my parents and my brother where they were. They said they were stuck in traffic. So I decided to go downstairs and ask them what happened. They just said they would fix the lights. They did, and at that moment, my family walked into the lobby. I then told them everything that happened and they thought I was going crazy. So me and my sister were in our room and we all of a sudden heard this girl singing. This never ends well. It was coming from the closet, so we opened the closet and saw a white flash or some sort of light. By this time, we were freaking out. Our mom said, "What's wrong?" and we told her and she said, "Nothing's there." Through the night, we'd hear the same noise over and over and we had no sleep for that entire night. That's so creepy. And that's it. That's all they said. There's like no conclusion to that. Like, did it ever happen again? Was it at your house? It's creepy. So I was hanging out with all my best friends one day. All was casual when we decided to go to the forest near our house. It was about 8 p.m. and was dark, but we didn't mind. We, being the kids we were, set a little fire to keep us warm. Our plan was to sleep there in the woods, but we couldn't because of our parents, and so we decided to get food to eat from our local gas station. I was on a scooter and my friend was on foot and the other on a bike. We went up to the hill where the gas station was when we heard a noise, a crunch. We didn't mind and headed down an alleyway. We were just heading down when we saw a house that the curtains were all torn up. My friend swore she saw something. A girl, a lady with brown hair and a pale face. We told her it was dawn and she was paranoid. Then we heard the same crunch behind us. A bicycle? We turned around and nothing. We walked a bit further and heard it again. This time, when we turned around, a middle-aged man was following us. So creepy. We were scared to death. when he pulled down his sunglasses and looked at us. We tried not to panic, but he was following everywhere we went. At this time, we didn't have cell phones. We ran to the gas station and begged to use the phone. We called one of our friend's moms and she told us to walk to her house because she was taking a shower. Priorities. We ended up getting there, but when I got dropped off at my house, I was grounded because I was home at 9 p.m. and I was in 4th grade. That is so creepy. I hate stories of people following people. So this story is a little bit spooky. So the last house I lived in before I moved, we swore up and down we had a ghost. So every day I got home from school and I sat in the living room, but I would always hear running upstairs in my room and in my parents' room. It would always happen when the AC wasn't running or anything. And we also would sit in the dining room and hear it upstairs. We swore it was a ghost, and instead of referring to it as the ghost, we called it Steve. And to this day, we don't know if Steve's still at the house, but lately some running has been going on upstairs in our current house when everybody's downstairs. Don't some ghosts follow you? Like some, I feel like, are like stay with the house, but then others, they follow wherever you go until you try to get rid of them. But it sounds like Steve is okay. He's not doing too much harm. That's still weird. I couldn't live somewhere knowing that there most likely was a ghost there. I was walking with one of my friends whose name is Marabella from school, and most of the kids were gone, so it was basically me and Marabella. I hope I'm saying that name right, first of all. It was also getting dark, so we were walking to my house, which is farther than hers, and there was a man looking at us from across the street in a black hoodie and ripped pants. Marabella nudged me and whispered in my ear. He has something in his hands, and it looks like a pocket knife. At that moment, my heart sunk, because when we looked back, he was crossing the street towards us, and he looked like a homeless man and started talking to us, saying, "You are such pretty girls, do you have a boyfriend?" And the most creepy thing he asked us was, "Want to be friends?" At that moment, my friend Marabella got angry and snapped at him, saying, "Just leave us alone." When she said that, the man stopped in back of us and was holding the knife like he was going to stab us. So I grabbed Marabella's hand and we both ran to her house because it was closer and locked the doors and windows, hid under her bed, and called 911. The cops came 5 minutes later, but it felt like an eternity. A few days later, Marabella's mom and dad told us we were lucky because that guy was a wanted killer in Los Angeles and Vancouver. Me and Marabella are still friends to this day, and now we have one of our parents pick us up instead of walking home. If that's true, that's the freakiest thing. This is probably one of the scariest stories I've ever gotten. I feel like I say that every time, but if this is actually 100% true, if you can, you know who you are who sent this, please send me like a link to like the article or something, because that's so creepy. So back when I was in 4th grade, I always used to stay up all night playing on my laptop. At 3 a.m. or so, I'd always see a black figure at my doorway. It scared me. Every time I tried to look at it, it just disappeared. That's when I stopped staying up all night. I once lived in a house where I was never scared of the dark until this happened. My mom always felt like she was being forced down whenever she'd wake up. So me and my sister would go help her. Me and my sister would take selfies together. My mother would always check our photos and see what we have. While taking a selfie in the dark, pretty much she saw another face. After that, we kept hearing quiet footsteps until we decided to leave the house. If I was being pushed down every time I woke up, isn't that alarming enough to be like, hey, we should probably leave here, or we should get some sage or something? Okay, so I have a lot more stories to read, but this is turning into a longer video than I thought, so I'm just going to read one more. I'm definitely going to do part 2, so here is the last one. It's pretty freaky. Once my sister and I went to the shed outside to get something. I can't remember what it was, but none of us were going to go alone, so we both went. It was around 8:40 p.m. I got the keys and we went to the shed. Next door is an abandoned house that's really old, and the stairs are all broken and the windows are broken, which made it 10 times more creepy. I feel like if it looks like that, I feel like there's always something creepy or someone staying there or something. I unlocked the shed and waited outside of it for my sister when I heard like a little girl crying in the house. Then I looked over and it stopped. And she thought it was me. I told her it wasn't, it was the house. So like 2 dumb white girls, we went to the sound, we got a torch and jumped the fence. And there was this figure in the window. I shined my light next to the window and that's when I saw it. I shined the torch at it and it was gone. I tried to act tough, but I was so scared. So I asked if we could go back and we did. After that, I had to lock the shed because I forgot to. I looked in the shed to see if my sister got what she needed. I saw that same figure that was in the window. I slammed the door and ran. Ooh, that's so creepy. If I had like half these experiences that you guys have had, I don't even know what I would do. I would never leave like a safe little secure room. That's it for this video. I definitely have enough to do one more video. Just let me know if you guys are getting kind of bored of reading subscribers' scary stories, because I know I have done a lot of them, but they're super interesting to me, so I don't know about you guys. So just let me know. If not, I'll think of something else really cool that we could do. I just love involving you guys in my videos as much as I can.